Hey, everybody. We are dropping into the Advice Fight feed to let you know there will not be an advice fight this week. Instead, we're going back to what unites us as a trio, and we're throwing out another episode of Boy Crazy. That's right. The podcast where we appraise the hunkiness of various stars of yesteryear, just all over the place. Hunkiness of anything in the hunk universe. We'll break it down. So there's a lot to be had here, and we're going to get back to a regular episode of Advice Fight next week. But in the meantime, I urge you to enjoy this episode of Boy Crazy.
Oh my freaking God, we are back in the boy seats. We are sitting in our judging chairs
Here in Boy Stadium.
And as professors emeritus
You sounded like Marge Simpson coming in. I'm just going to say it.
I channeled something. I let that flow forth from my soul, from my third eye. That is pride way open right now.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about these boy crazy subjects, getting crazy on the boy crazy. Y'all, I'm just so happy to be here. It feels like it's been forever.
Well, we've been traveling, we've been lecturing, we've been publishing, and it feels like we've gotten away from what got us to this level.
Is the lab.
Which is sitting around in the lab with each other and doing the science.
Is being in the lab with the pen and the pad trying to get this damn label off.
Exactly. And I look, do I resent the success? Not at all. I'm happy to be here. It's provided a life for me. But I sometimes feel like it's about us as the champions of Boy Crazy, not the guys who really get the science.
You know what it is, Adam? And Andrew, you can shut up for a minute. Because
Andrew, take a knee for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
I wasn't even saying
Andrew.
Yeah,
I think
let Ben finish.
He's interrupting us again. That's what I don't like about it.
Now, Andrew, let Ben say this, please.
It's just, you know what I don't like is that most of the people who go to university and higher education for boy crazy studies often end up in government contracting. They end up working for the defense industry. They end up part of the military complex. And I found us traveling the world doing all these things
hunks.
Exactly for money. Take a knee, Andrew. And I found it that we were doing it for the money. I am so glad to be back in research.
Absolutely.
Back and where we love to be.
I think we are doing it for the money somewhat, but I think you sort of sell yourself on it. You say, I'm actually protecting hunks. I'm actually trying to keep the boys of this country safe. But that's sort of a paranoid.
It's conservation.
It is, but that's a paranoid viewpoint, and I'd much rather build up the next generation of hunks than being worried about, who's attacking our hunks? Let them defend themselves. They'll be fine. Hunks have always been fine throughout history. Stop freaking out working for the hunk industrial complex and create new hunks. Celebrate hunks.
Exactly. And we're never going to win the Nobel Peace Prize in hunkonomics.
No.
If we keep playing this game of just destruction, protection, and destruction under the guise of defense. You know what I mean?
I think it's time to focus on what really unites us all, which is a love.
Exactly, the love and all the possibilities and how to become a better hunk yourself using this immense power. So I'm glad to be back in the lab, wearing our lab coats and just appraising.
I tie-dyed mine in the interim. Since you guys have seen me, I tie-dyed my lab coat with my kids.
I see you. I see you.
It was a fun little summer project
levity,
for us.
Yeah.
But it's just weird you just did it with just the color black.
So?
Well, it just feels dark. It looks kind of strange. It's kind of a Rorschach thing. It doesn't
No, they had a sale on black dye. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah. No, well, you're right. You're right. I'm not one to criticize, tie-dye at will. But we are here on a special one. And I got to say, this one is going to be contentious. I mean, when we started training our microscopes on this, and we started aiming in on this, boy, did we immediately start fighting.
Yeah, because it's a very important hunk. And especially to men of our age, I think this is kind of the pivotal hunk. And listen, you can go and you can talk about indie rock and what obscure band did you hear today, and just like, wow, look at me, I read obscure British magazines. But at some point, you got to talk about the Beatles.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? At some point, you really have
AC/DC is a fantastic band and incredibly pivotal for rock and heavy metal. And so
it kind of all comes back to it. And so it's like, it's a privilege, really,
to
be able to sit with you guys.
Because if you're just if you're a you're a music writer and you say Highway to Hell is one of the most important hard rock album, people say, oh, well, it didn't need to be said, but it did need to be said. And the only reason you're saying it didn't need to be said is because it was said so many times. And so
but that doesn't make it less important.
That doesn't make it less true.
Okay, enough teasing. I think you've teased enough. You've teased
Andrew,
enough.
you can
going on Mount Hunkmore, we are taking a closer look at the work of Brad Pitt. We are going to
the oeuvre of Brad Pitt,
which I misspelled when I texted it to you all.
Sure.
I thought you made a good run at it, though. Don't be so hard.
I thought Andrew said he was having a problem with his ovaries.
Yeah. No. I mean, I thought he did a good job. I thought he gave it an attempt. And
he said, "Guys, do you want to go to the lab and take a look at my ovaries?"
Ovaries.
Yeah. This one, a lot of you are saying, "Well, duh." You know what I mean? That's what people are saying. No, duh.
Yeah, well, fuck them.
Of course Brad Pitt is on the list.
He's going on Mount Hunkmore easily.
He's obviously going on Mount Hunkmore because this is a guy who has been hunky over decades.
Our whole lives.
Yeah.
Our whole lives.
I don't think there's any debate he's going on Mount Hunkmore, but I think the question is, what version of him are they going to carve into
what
Mount
are they going to
Hunkmore?
chisel?
That's what we are here today.
What are they going to sandblast into the side of that fucking mountain?
Will we be all saluting when we head to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, where this is going to be?
Mount Hunkmore.
Yeah, Mount Hunkmore.
You've got the children, and you got the whole family with you, and you're like,
you're gonna
take
make
a
the
look at
trek
that.
up to.
I'll tell you what, when they finally put Pitt on the Coeur d'Alene Mounts, I might rappel down them north by northwest style. I might get up there for
You're
a
not
closer
allowed.
look.
You're not
Just so
allowed
you
to
can-
climb on the hunks'
So
faces.
you could touch
it
the tip
erodes
of that
them.
cheekbone.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's going to be so much eagle shit on the tip of that cheekbone because the cheekbone juts out and birds can definitely
nesting
up.
ledge.
All the
It's a
cheekbones
nesting ledge.
of Mount Hunkmore are very much nesting
It is
competition
going to be
for
a
rare
They
peregrine
look
falcons.
like clowns
shit
that have rubbed
ledge.
their makeup off.
Yes. That's it. You'll be like, is Brad Pitt's mascara running?
I didn't
You'll be
know-
like, no,
No.
it's not. It's that he's got such
osprey
pronounced
diarrhea.
cheekbones that he's got a shit ledge.
I
And
didn't
that's-
know Pitt played the Joker. No, it's not that.
No.
It's peregrine excrement.
Yes, because of his pronounced bone structure. We got in the weeds on that one a little bit, but I think we found our way out. We slashed it with our riff machetes, and we found a more well-worn trail.
Yeah. We just cut through the rough, and
We
now
were romancing that stone.
and now we can bivouac atop Mount Hunkmore.
Please, pit a whack. That's what we're going to be doing. Today is an official pit barbecue, and we are pit fiends.
It's a pit roast. There will be pit stains.
There will be pit stains for sure. And that's,
Pit stains.
Against all conventional wisdom, you don't have to spit out this pit.
This pit
You don't have to spit this pit
you
out.
You eat this pit.
You can eat the whole fruit.
Yes. Like my apple core story that Andrew is so appalled by.
I'm entranced by it.
Yes. Well, because the nutrients of this fruit are in the pit. And that's but so what we're going to do.
How many peach stones are in your stomach right now?
For real. Have you passed any of them?
Don't
Because
worry
it is
about-
Palisade
don't worry
peach
about me.
season.
Don't
How
worry
many
about me.
peach?
Don't worry
Look,
about me.
if I know
I'm
one thing
still-
about Ben Roy, it's that he cannot pass a peach stall on the side of the road without
can't.
pulling over and getting a few.
And I
Okay?
eat the peach pit.
Yep.
Yes, there is an obstruction. But listen, I want you to know I'm running a 10-minute and 14-second mile.
Hey,
so you tell
that's
me
your best time yet.
And we can hear you coming all the way. We can hear you clattering like a bag.
Bag of like a bag of golf balls. But I'll tell you what, I've never been faster. This is my fastest split time. That's a split too. I got to be honest.
That's what they
That's
say.
not a
Those
full
bowel
8 minutes. That's a
instructions,
4.
they tune you up. You are.
Nah, I'm with
you
Ben
do
because
run
most
fast.
food you eat, your body takes the nutrients out of it, you pass it.
Yep.
Peach pits, they stay in there, and it's a constant nutrient feed. It's always getting your body nutrients because it's not out of you.
Well, here's what we're going to do today. What we're ultimately doing, because we've all agreed and we've all decided as 3 hunk scholars that Brad Pitt will most certainly be on Mount Hunkmore in Coeur d'Alene,
That's
Iowa.
not up for
That's
debate.
not up for debate. So we're all in agreement on that. What we're deciding is what
Mr. Ron,
what it is.
shut up. Don't give us those
He said Coeur
eyebrows.
d'Alene, Iowa. Ron heard it. I heard it. We know it's Idaho. Ron, what you're doing right now is hating on hunks. What I'm doing is allowing for love. You're the war machine, and I'm trying to create
Idaho.
new generation.
Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. And you're saying, isn't that the breadbasket of white supremacy? It is. It is. But it's also cheap land. And that's where we found a nice rock face. I mean, they didn't give a shit why'd they put Mount Rushmore with it? Nobody fucking knows why they put it in the Black Hills over there. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
No, I do know.
Why?
That's where it naturally occurred.
That was naturally occurred. See, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, they found it.
Oh,
I always forget that's a phenomenon.
I had always
naturally
heard
occurring
that Mount Rushmore was pecked to life by a flock of bald eagles. They actually pecked it into a mountain.
Exactly. And so we knew those were the top presidents because nature told us.
Well, eagles told us, and they're the keepers of the faith and freedom.
For
and so we're heading up to Coeur d'Alene just because the land was cheap.
Right.
sense.
Different story here.
Yeah, it was a much different story.
Can I give you guys 2 Brad Pitt little fun factoids before we start?
I wouldn't want to hear it, but I'm gonna let you. Yeah.
Okay, here's 2 that are crazy. One, he was in college to get a degree. He left 2 weeks before graduating to go to LA to become an actor. 2 weeks before graduating. He just
That's
stopped.
insane.
How insane is that? That makes me think that time travel is real, but it's only been used once to go back and tell, like Brad Pitt went back to tell himself, like, no, you've got to leave now. 2 weeks. He could have just had his degree.
Did
He
a
left 2
producer
weeks.
tell him, I got a role for you? Come on out or something?
Not that I know of. He was in Missouri. He wanted to make movies. They didn't make movies in Missouri. 2 weeks until graduating. Just decided, fuck it. Left school, went to L.A., got some bit parts. He was grinding out there. He didn't come out. He's a working class hunk actor. He was doing background work, which leads me to my second trivia bit. His first movie was called Hunk. How perfect.
Is that true?
He was a background actor in a movie called Hunk in 1987.
Wow.
Who was the star of Hunk?
Hunk. That's a good question because surprisingly, I've not seen it. You would think I would have seen it, given my extensive
I'm going to take a
work
guess.
in the field.
Tom Berenger.
It's somebody I don't know. I remember not recognizing him. I think.
Jim J. Bullock.
I am definitely curious about this.
John Allen Nelson, Steve Levitt, James Coco,
Yeah, none of
John
them are-
Allen Nelson is the titular hunk.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, Brad Pitt. Well, I mean, I guess he kind of called his shot with that movie, didn't he?
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you for those facts, Andrew.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
that's-
None of them were about abuse in a private jet of his children, because I'd like to look the other way while I praise his hunkitude.
Was that a true thing? Is that did he do?
Who knows what
it's
the
hard
kid,
to be a parent.
Who knows what the kid
It's hard to be
Who
a
knows
parent.
what the
What,
kid
he yelled?
was
He
doing?
threw a pack of peanuts? What are we talking about?
I don't know. We're moving.
We're not
on.
going to get into that. We've also done presidential assassins, and John Wilkes Booth is a
Hey,
hunk
didn't hit his kid.
of the highest order. Probably, I don't think he even had kids.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
No, he didn't. Yeah, no, okay. Well, let's just forget all that.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
wasn't-
Let's turn the page.
You know what? We don't need any trivia bits, and I regret bringing them up.
Well, here's what we're going to do. We are going to pick our top 3 hunkiest, what we believe as scientists to be the top 3 hunkiest roles from Brad Pitt.
Examples of his pure hunkitude.
And we're going to debate, and at the end, we are going to pick, as 3 scholars, who we believe is the hunkiest role.
The role that will be carved into the side of Mount Hunkmore in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, to be shat upon by birds of prey.
Exactly. This is great. All right. Who wants to go first on this one?
I mean, I want to go first every time.
Okay.
Every time I'd like to go
Well,
first.
you take your shot. You fire your shot. Let's see what you got.
The hunkiest role of Brad Pitt's entire ovary is...
Okay. You're starting with your number 1, not your number 3.
Oh, right. I should... No, I'm starting number 1 because I want to lay claim to it. I want this one.
Okay.
And so, I am tossing the rules out of building up to some sort of climax, because there is no climax. He's a hunk in every single fucking one.
Okay. And I think we can agree on that. Whatever arguments we get into, whatever shots we fire at each other, let's just agree, hunk across the board.
Absolutely.
Hunk across the board.
Yeah, easily.
Okay, so
This is the kind of
I am...
fight that warms your heart.
Yes.
You fight about this, and it just
There are no
bonds us
losers
more.
in this.
Exactly.
However, whatever face is carved in, there are no losers.
Right, and I'm showing my cards on this one. I've got Pitt all over my face.
Yeah.
I am going with Brad Pitt in the movie Snatch. That is my number 1 hottest, hunkiest Brad Pitt role.
I am with you on this one. Now, I have no doubt that another movie is going to come up. I'm not going to mention its name because it will come up. I know it, and I know a certain person, Andrew, is definitely going to bring it up because
Well,
it's the
someone's
only...
toxic and had that poster on their wall and
Exactly.
framed his manhood around the concepts of the film.
But I'm with you. I liked this. I liked him as nearly unintelligible because I don't care what comes out of his mouth. Most of the time, it's not very good. And if that's why he's eating constantly. You know what I mean? What I liked about this, I think you both know, I like a heavily tattooed
Absolutely.
Brad
Absolutely.
Pitt. I'm into this. There's tattoos everywhere. They're not very good. They kind of nailed.
Sketchbook style.
Yeah, it's just kind of just this. Yeah, he looks like a book cover. Like a book cover in high school. I like it.
He's like wiry. He's not overbuilt, when you
No.
see him shirtless. Yeah.
And he's confident.
It's a good pick. It's a
Yeah,
good
and
pick.
he's sort of trashy. I really...
Yeah, he was a gypsy in that. What did they call him? Like parkies. He was a parky in that movie.
You can't call them gypsies.
Not anymore.
What is the PC nomenclature?
I don't know, but
for
it's
gypsies?
not that. That I do know.
Nomadic Romanian. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't even. But they're all Romanian, Andrew. That feels
Eh,
problematic.
No, what are you talking about? They're not all Romanian, no. And I know through my big fat G word, you can't say the G word anymore.
You can't say Greek anymore. Oh man, this is getting rough. Here, wait.
They're
I want to
called
talk about.
Harry's.
I want to talk about the role a little bit more because it really moved me. he was great in that. He was very funny as that character. And so it was nice to see Brad Pitt in this funny range. And you didn't know that he was like had that Pitt bod until there's the first boxing scene where he's like, I can't remember the exact circumstances, but it's sort of a surprise that he has to box. Takes his shirt off. I saw that movie in the movie theater.
And then he takes it off, and you're like, good God.
I was living in Spain at the time, and I went with the girl I was seeing at the time, and when he took his shirt off, she clenched my thigh. And I think it was because she's like, hey, look, it looks exactly like your body. And so it was kind of like a recognition.
Yes, definitely. I don't think it was
stole
her.
your workout routine,
Yeah,
Adam.
he did.
I don't think it was her having a tiny little orgasm and a slight bit of regret that she's sitting next to you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. But also, I think everybody with Fight Club was like, my God, that bod, never going to get better. But it was like a one-off. It was for that movie. It was a fight movie. Then here he is again. Okay. Still doing
snatched
it.
My
Still
heart.
doing it.
He snatched my heart right out of that, and I want it back. I want it fucking back.
Good luck.
I
luck.
agree with
I
what
can't
Ben
get
said.
him.
That little dash of trash, I think.
A dash
heightens
of
it.
trash.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's like a gold tooth on an otherwise resplendent mouth.
Exactly. And also that head of hair in that one.
Yeah, man.
Too. And I kind of like him when he got beaten and then he'd like stand up like the Terminator and he just and then he'd do it again. By the way, the politically correct term for gypsy is Roma. That's what they are called, Roma.
But see, that is how you say Roma soccer team. So if I'm saying that, you guys think that I'm a supporter of Rome's soccer team, and I'm not.
So
At the very
confusing.
most, AC
No,
Milan
you're
or
right.
Inter.
No, I didn't even see that potential.
And I think
pin.
that's
not
how
doing
Italians say Rome, right?
Yeah. Let's call them
know.
gypsies. Fuck it.
Thank you.
Gypsy Brad Pitt.
Gypsy
does
Brad Pitt
sound
is my
cool.
number one pick.
It's a
Okay,
historic
we got
term.
Snatch. We
All
got
right,
Snatch.
And one that I think
Well, let's
we
not
all-
base things on being historic terms, because that sets a pretty terrible precedent.
Exactly. There are some historic terms that have not been.
In fact, most.
You know what?
maybe-
They call him, in the movie, they call him a Parky. Let's call him Parkies. He's Parky Brad Pitt.
I bet that's even worse. All right, I'll go
All right,
next.
yeah.
I'll go next because
Okay.
you hinted at it, and you're right. My pick for hunkiest Brad Pitt is Brad Pitt in Fight Club.
I mean,
Absolutely.
Now, see, this is a problem I have. This is a problem, and this is
hey,
where I'm gonna
if
disagree
you want to
with
discuss, if
Okay.
you want to discuss the broader problems of the generation of men that this movie fostered, we can do that outside the lab.
No,
Yes.
it's not
This
that.
is
I
a
don't- I
sealed.
think it-
This is a sealed environment where
No.
we're just looking at hunks.
No,
Andrews,
you're
you're
right.
gonna try
Andrew's
to tell me that Brad Pitt in Fight Club isn't a definitive hunk. You are fucking
no,
nuts.
I wanna be
You are
clear.
out of your fucking mind. You are out of your
Andrew.
I
fucking
with
want
mind.
to
Andrew
be
on this.
clear. I don't have a problem with the politics of the movie or the message.
Before
Actually,
Fight Club,
that's the part
we
I'm
didn't
fully on
know
board.
we didn't know obliques existed before we saw Fight Club, and we're like, oh, that's a muscle
Listen, the
that
guy's
a guy,
got a pair of
can
trained
have.
cum gutters. Nobody's saying he doesn't. Okay, no one's saying that he doesn't have a fucking pair of semen
I
slots
saw
running right
that
down
for shirtless
the
scene in
side
Fight
of his
Club.
dick.
I grabbed my girlfriend's thigh. I grabbed my girlfriend's thigh.
You did. You squeezed her thigh. You went, oh. Now,
Oh, what?
Yeah, Brad Pitt was so hunky in Fight Club, he made me want to stop eating.
okay. Here's the thing, y'all. We were talking earlier about picking Brad Pitt and doing this as being potentially the obvious choice, the choice that's you feel like when you're doing it you're being a little trite. You know what I mean? It's an obvious choice, and I think
Did you say a little
that's
trike,
where
like a little bicycle, or
no
He said
trite
A trike is-
cow stomach.
like I haven't
No,
learned how to
cow
do
stomach.
I haven't learned how to do
Menudo.
two wheel, so
No,
I
tripe.
Menudo.
He said tripe.
Beef.
Oh, tripe.
I'm saying tripe. It's a little bit of stomach.
tripe.
It's a yeah.
Okay, got
it. It's a little bit trite. I think it's. I think here's my problem with it. Yeah, it's fine. But what I didn't.
Oh,
what I
give me a
thought. What I thought
fucking
about him was
break.
the whole outfit. Everything felt like it was a little forced. The like sleazy sort of Brad Pitt. I honestly didn't find that attractive in that
No
movie.
way.
I
He
don't
is. He's
know.
grimy. He's grimy.
He's not
got
grimy
that
at
cool
all. If you
hair. I
look
think
at
this is
it,
the coolest Brad
all
Pitt's
they
hair
did was
gets.
they took Brad Pitt and they fucking just put some fucking like boxy aviator type sunglasses on him, like cokehead sunglasses, and in a cheap suit. And then I'm supposed to buy that he's this total sleazebag when he is a perfect 10 hunk in that. I just
Well,
didn't
if you
think the
remember, Ben,
character
he
was
doesn't
all that.
actually exist in the
He's
movie.
fake,
He is an
Ben.
idealized version of the main character. He is his like fantasy
Yes, it's
projection of
He's
Tyler
a
Durden.
hallucination of
I
a
know.
dangerous
So,
schizophrenic.
I understand that. I thought that they
Exactly.
could have done a little bit better of making him. It's like you said, give me a dash of trash, but I didn't find the dash of trash in Fight Club.
See, I thought it was there. I thought he was
thought
like
they
an
put
anarchist.
trash
I loved.
bags on a
He lived in that
supermodel. I didn't
disgusting
like it.
house. I thought.
I didn't
I
like
thought he
it.
sold it. I thought he sold it.
You're an idiot. That's why you
thought
thought
he
he sold
sold
it.
it.
You're a fucking idiot. You've never been good at this game. You've always come with the most obvious choices, and that's why Adam and I have a separate text thread about your behavior. Adam,
and
I'm
a
sorry.
separate podcast. You know what a great line from that movie is?
What?
When he says to Edward Norton, he goes, "Oh, that's clever," and then he goes, "How's that working out for you, being clever?" I fucking love that.
Yeah. I mean, there was some good lines, and listen, I like the whole dude on dude thing and just fighting for fighting's sake and blowing shit up and like
See, you
I
get
thought
it.
the message was great. I
Remember
thought
Meatloaf?
it was great. And it spoke to me. And I have a Fight Club tattoo. I have the little bar soap with the hand holding it. It's across my back.
Is that true?
Yeah, but the studio paid you to do that. The studio paid you to do
Oh,
that.
like
Let's get the
I'm.
whole
Oh,
story.
like I'm the idiot here. Right.
Andrew, like you haven't seen my back up close so many times. You know, you've seen my bare back.
I'm not reading while I'm back there.
Well, Andrew.
Okay.
I'm squeezing his zits. I'm a professional. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Now, let's-
I'm
let's-
popping
guys,
his blackheads
Can
like
we-
a
no,
true
no,
friend
listen,
does.
Can we not? That's not a rumor I ever want to get. I want to start. I don't have back knee. Can we not?
I like that. That's where you step in.
Yeah,
it's
the
like
piss
me,
king thing, I
me
can
behind
get
you,
in on.
jackhammering
I-
away. The riff can continue. I'm
being
popping
pegged-
your blackheads. Wait,
Yeah.
wait. Stop.
I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to be. All right. So we've got number one. We've got Snatch.
Mine,
Number two,
Fight Club.
We've got Fight Club.
Which is
number
the hunkiest.
three.
That
I'm
was
going.
what we will see carved up.
I'm going with my first choice. My third choice. I'm going to go in order from my least to
No
my
one
top.
gives a fuck.
You're the worst. You're the fucking worst, dude. And you degrade our product.
Oh, you
degrade-
can dish and dish and dish.
No,
but
I'm
when,
not dishing,
But
dude.
when
I'm just telling you
when the
fucking
saucer
worst.
comes
You've been
back around,
you've been degrading this product.
guys,
since
can
it
I just
started.
say, it's so fun to be back in the lab with you dudes and
I
chop
love
it
it
up.
so much. I mean, this
Chop
is
it
what
up.
we do. This is what we do. We
We're just chopping it up in
we
the
heat
lab.
things up and we touch it to each other's bare skin. when we're
Exactly.
not.
I just shattered 3 beakers.
Yeah, it's
and I stepped in them with my bare feet.
Yeah.
I have got to start wearing Crocs in the lab.
no, but you like to feel the cold floor beneath your feet.
Feel the science in your bones.
Number 3 for me would have to be. You can't go without mentioning Legends of the Fall. It's a
Thought you might do this.
It's my number 3. I like this. I like this role for him. I thought, but if we're going purely on a hunkitude, this was one that literally buckets. You had to mop a theater after
yeah.
this movie.
It is a
was over
very.
with.
You're absolutely right about that because
Women
it
were gushing. They were gushing
Yeah.
at this film.
Yep.
I mean, women were, I am fuggies in a river. It was fucking, and I don't blame them. I was wet.
Were you really?
Yeah,
Really?
I was wet.
From
That's
the
because
rain?
you spilled. That's because you spilled a 64-ounce Pepsi in
Yes.
your lap. But still.
Well, and that was because I was squeezing my
Okay,
own leg.
this I haven't seen this in a million years, but as I'm glancing back over the pictures, okay, I see it. I see it.
Yeah,
What it is it's a romance novel, Hunk. It is you know, it's the cover of a book you're finding in some smutty woman's store.
He's got
Right.
the long hair.
Yeah,
Smutty
I'm in a.
woman's
I've
yeah.
got, I'm in a
one of those
tattered.
secret women's stores.
I'm in
that
a.
I've been hearing about.
Yes.
I'm in a tattered prom dress. I'm in his arms, and
Right.
and
You're in the bow of a ship.
Yeah, and
There's a storm.
My index
it's
finger
clearing.
is curled. A lock of his hair is curled around my index finger, almost as if it's a kill switch.
Is this the patented Ben Roy romance cover test?
Yes,
that
it
I've been
is.
hearing so much about.
Yeah.
Can I talk about the clouds in this picture? You don't know whether the storm is coming or the storm is subsiding.
Right.
But there's a lot of
There
clouds.
has been a storm.
They're of pinks and blues. It's a
Exactly.
Maxfield Parrish pink.
Exactly.
And I'm in his arms, and my finger. Did I mention my
Yes,
one
the hair
finger is
wound
curled
around it.
Yes, as if to say this belongs to me. But
knowing it could never belong to you, and the thread is that tenuous.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's as thin as a hair.
100%.
The ownership I have over Brad Pitt, it's as thin as a hair, and so
It's ephemeral at best.
Because he's
you
he's
can
got to
grab
be
all the
wild.
hair you want.
He's got to be a
He's
wild
gotta be
hunk.
free.
He's got like the Bureau of Land Management has to cull this hunk. That's the only way to get him.
The river runs through me.
Oh wow, I love that.
Dude, deep.
I really love that.
Yeah.
Deep is you. You're deep
Yeah.
for the river to run through. Wow, okay.
But a gusher. Of a guy.
I'm not. I
Of a
get
roll.
the pick. I totally get the pick, and I see why you put it third because it does strike me as Hollywood saying we've got a hunk. Let's do the classic hunk thing, but
Let's
not
put him in
maybe
long hair.
understanding the essence.
No,
of Brad Pitt yet.
Yeah, and that's why I put him as number 3 because I think simply on beauty, but it could be a number 1, but essence wise,
Right, the intangibles of letting Pitt
if
show
we were
what
to
makes
make
him different.
a Brad Pitt LaCroix, what would be the essence that would be in it, and would it be Legends of the Fall?
No.
What a great metric for this.
What a great flavor.
Yeah, Brad
Legends
Pitt,
of the Fall,
LaCroix.
LaCroix.
Can I get you a LaCroix? I've got Brad Pitt or Pamplemousse.
Yeah,
Pitt, please.
Pitt, please.
I'm taking
It's got
Brad
so many
Pitt.
peach pits in the bottom of the can, clanging
Clank,
around.
clank, clank.
Well, that's my choice.
Okay.
Wait, nope. Guys, we have to stop it here. For those of you listening, I am so sorry. This is where we got to stop it. If you want to hear the rest of this, please check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Grolic Saves. Patreon subscribers, you're going to be able to continue on from here.
That's where we'll resolve this fight. The rest of you,
you gotta hear
sorry.
the rest
The
of this.
ride ends here unless you join us on the Patreon.
It is going to get nasty. And I can tell you that. You're going to want to sign up. Please, that's the way we live off this. We survive through your help. Please, if you get a chance, check it out. Patreon.com/Grolic Saves. Otherwise, if you're jumping off here, we will see you next week with a brand new episode of Advice Fight. Don't fret. But in the meantime, between now and then, stay boy crazy, y'all.
We're just a trio of guys. We like to rate them hunks from 1 to 10. We're just a trio of guys. Once again, this really isn't all that
Boy,